Okay, for the last two parts of this question, we're asking you to find the volume and the surface area of this hollow cylinder. So remember, we have a hollow cylinder, and so for finding the volume, really what you need to do is you need to take the volume of the big one and subtract the volume of the small. Okay, so the big cylinder has a radius of 3, and remember the volume is pi r squared, that's the base, the circle, times the height, and the height is 3. And then we're going to subtract the small one, which is pi, and this one has a radius of 1. The height is still the same. And when you do that, this becomes 27 pi, and this is 3 pi. So that is going to be 24 pi for an exact answer. And approximately that is 75.4. And this is a volume, so it's in cube units. Again, I don't think your Google Forms has you put units on there just so we don't mark things wrong. It gets a little confusing. All right, now the surface area is tricky because if you can think of it, you have two bases like we had before. So we have the base, and remember the base is a circle with the center out of it. So we have two of those, so keep that in mind. And then we also have the outside, it's called a lateral area. Of the big, and we have the lateral area that doesn't include the top and bottom. That's what lateral area is of the small. And remember, we had two of these. So we already figured out what that was, honestly. So we used that from above when we figured that out. I believe that was 8 pi. So we have 2 times 8 pi. And we're going to add all these together. Now, if I'm touching the outside, the sides of my cylinder, not the top or bottom, that's called the lateral area of the big. Remember, that is like one big rectangle. It's the circumference is the one dimension, which is 2 pi r, and the radius of the big one is 3. And then it's times the other dimension is the height. And the height of the cylinder is 3. And we're going to add that to the lateral area of the small one. That's like if you stuck your hand in the center of it and you felt around that, that's the lateral area. That's going to be the circumference of that one, which is smaller. It's 2 pi times the radius of 1. The height is still 3. So this will be 16 pi plus 18 pi. Plus, what is that, 6 pi? And if you add these, that's 3440. So the whole surface area with the top, two tops, well, two, top and bottom, then the lateral area of the big and the lateral area of the small is going to be 40 pi. And that is approximately 125.7. And this is an area. I mean, that is kind of cool, right? I like it. All right, there is a little bit shorter video. Yay.